Okay, guys, looks like we're gonna have a Friday night special. I just finished wrapping up my other video that I wanted to do. I was more focused on politics. You guys can check it out on the channel. But I forgot that I also wanted to do this trailer reaction, kind of a reaction. I mean, we'll watch it together. I'll give my thoughts. I was totally blown away by this trailer when I saw the clip of it that was released, and I wanted to do it for the channel. Kind of forgot about it because I was a little bit busy, but I do want to put it out tonight. This is supposed to be my pop culture week for the channel, and that's fallen to the wayside. But I do have a podcast I'm gonna do tomorrow, so I won't have time to do it, and I got other stuff that I want to do. So tomorrow was out of the picture. I figured, you know what? I wrapped up this other video. This shouldn't take me long. We'll do the trailer. I'll give my thoughts, and then we'll carry on. All right, guys. Here we go. Get ready. So this is the
Gorge trailer
and then he
starts
goes
now.
right to the trailer. So check it out.
I have new orders that require me to go dark for at least a year, maybe more. A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
As an elite sniper, are you presently under any private or military contract?
No, there's not a lot of reasons for me right now.
What if I gave you a reason?
Sigourney Weaver. Interesting. And Miles Teller.
There she is. West Tower Observation Post. Your home for the next 365 days. There is no outside communication here.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell.
Oh no, that's an interesting premise. That's an interesting premise. I'm hooked,
And we're
or I should say, I'm intrigued.
standing guard at the gate.
Sorry, guys.
And we're standing guard at the gate.
That's cool. Oh, got the string.
Dark places shall be.
So he's there for a year.
What's the truth about this place? What's the truth about the gorge?
The suspense is cool. This looks cool.
This place is evil.
Man, so yeah, that looks really good. I don't have Apple TV, but this will get me to. Is this a movie though? Looks like it's a movie. This will get me to actually subscribe to them, at least for this. I don't know. They got some other content. What's the other one? There's a Silo, I think, is on there. They've been putting out some good stuff, man. So it's probably something I don't regularly subscribe to. Um, but I probably subscribe because just to watch this and then catch up on the other shows that everybody's been talking about. And I'm gonna start doing more of this stuff on my channel, guys. Again, I want to talk about trailers, movie trailers, turn more to a pop culture channel. But the premise, what they talked about right here, I mean, the way that it starts off. Number one, the trailer looks absolutely amazing. Looks like they didn't spare any expense. The story seems like it's going to be a little bit more controlled. It's not going to be something that's big or grand, even though the prospect of what's going on in the gorge, right? Looks like there might be some monsters and stuff, but the premise of the movie has got me hooked already, right? When he's kind of figuring out what you're going to do, or what his mission is, and the guy basically tells him, where did he say? Right around here, right? Like, what did they do? And it's not going into the gorge, but like what's coming out of it. And then, of course, he said it's a doorway to hell. So I've talked about this on my channel, guys, and I'm not saying that facetiously. I've been talking a lot about the stuff that I've been studying. I've been looking at as far as pre-diluvian, which is the flood, and I talk about the biblical flood, um, things that was happening during that time period, and then things that are in the Bible, but that's not really explained or thought into that people are diving into right now. And I find it interesting that a lot of this stuff is coming out. Um, and for somebody like me, who scripture-wise, right, the Bible, it is indicated in the Bible, but people are looking into it a lot more, or a little bit more deeply. And look, I know a lot of times people think of it as like the tinfoil hat kind of stuff, but God doesn't reveal Himself in a lot of this stuff. I'm not saying that this is it. I'm only saying this because there's two things why I'm saying this, because I like the premise of this, right? That maybe that is something ancient and evil that they have to deal with. If you guys didn't notice about me, a lot of the times when I do participate in pop culture stuff, I do believe in good and evil. I do like the hero story. I like stuff like that, right? So something that most stuff that I like, I don't like gory. I don't like horror. So if it goes down that route, I probably won't like it. Or definitely won't like it, but probably won't finish it. But if there's just this hint, just a suggestion of something that's a little bit on the more righteous, right? Something that's worthwhile as the story, and that speaks on those principles of good and evil, right? Like the Bible even speaks about that. Um, you're against powers and principalities. There's a lot of stuff going on that we cannot see, and so that's been the focus with a lot of people lately. And I'm talking it crosses all realms from science fiction to fantasy in some aspects. But again, for me as a Christian, the core is the Bible. And I only bring that up again because I'm going to be doing more content, focusing on faith-based stuff, because I am looking for better things to watch. Getting away from the whole tried and true stuff of Hollywood. Hollywood is just horrible. That's why I watch a lot of anime and K-drama, and which is sad because Hollywood used to dominate. A lot of the stuff that other countries do was influenced by our industry, but our industry is absolute shambles. The great thing about it, like within video gaming, you have an indie rise, not the same as it was in the 90s, and that's fine. But you have people making their own content now, right? That says a lot to what's going on in America as a whole. People coming out and creating their own, making their own businesses, creating their own content, creating their own material. And some of the stuff that I found is absolutely amazing, and I'll share that with you. It might not be a cup of tea though, right? Like that I can't help. I mean, something like this might not be interesting to you at all. But I find it absolutely fascinating. And one thing I like about it, I know who Miles Teller is. I know who Sigourney Weaver is. Right? They're kind of big names. I know of this girl here that they're showing. I'm sorry, that's the best picture I can see for this. But I've seen her because I follow pop culture, but I've seen her. I don't really know much about her. I'll probably research it now since I'm looking at this trailer. I want to watch this movie, but I hope they get back to stuff like this. She has a very exotic look, right? You know all the stuff that's been going on with video games and movies and television, right? Entertainment in general, where you have two roads of thought, right? Where you have the people who are ultra DEI and feminist. Then you have the flip side of that, where people are over sexualizing things. I'm more used to the over sexualizing stuff in a sense because it's more on the creative side that I participate in stuff. It's something that bothers me. I just don't participate in it. But one thing I do miss about movies is which is captured a lot in this trailer, which is why I'm doing this reaction and talking so much. The way that they present it, the way that the trailers present it, right? It seems more classical, right? Like there's a story. There's possibly going to be a relationship. There's a lot of stuff in that we don't know because this is just a trailer, but it's again piques your interest, right? And one thing I love about this girl is just her overall look. I hope they start going back to that. There's a lot of things when it comes to women, especially, and even men to some extent, but especially with women, to make them attractive, quote unquote, or make them interesting, quote unquote, as far as their looks. And one of those things, and I know it's a bad word to use, is something that I grew up in. Though having an exotic look is not a bad thing. Something that's, and by exotic I mean something that stands out. The problem when you use the word exotic now, because everything's so hypercharged as far as when people talk about somebody's skin color or stuff like that, and that's not what it's supposed to mean. Exotic, in an extent, is something that stands out. That's something you've never seen before, something that captures your attention so much so that you're ultra focused on it. And when the first time I saw this girl come onto the screen, I was actually just hyper focused on her, right? In the traditional way of how we enjoyed. This is the kind of stuff that would make you go watch a movie, man. It didn't have to be the biggest celebrity or all the special effects that we rely on now, or the brand, right? It was something like that you saw an actor or an actress, or the story just kind of gripped you. It got you interested, and that's one of the things I love the most about this trailer, right? Because it seems to get all of that rolled into one, and I'm totally on board. So much so that I will subscribe to Apple just to watch the show, right? So, anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Again, I'll be doing a lot more of these. Oh, that's a way better picture of her. I just love her overall look, right? She has a femme fatale slash um, girl next door slash looks like, I mean, again, she's supposed to be a sniper, somewhat believable because of her build, and that goes a long way to the way that they're presenting her as well. And she just seems mysterious. She carries an aura about her. Miles Teller is interesting because he's a well-known character. He did a great job in Maverick, which I actually enjoyed a lot, and I've watched quite a few of his movies. Um, so hopefully this is another movie that he can add to his repertoire because I think he's a pretty good actor. So anyway, guys, yeah, just wanted to show you guys that, and Xbox All In channel, will stay good forever. We out.